May, might, must, and can't. Modal verbs of deduction. Watch this video and learn how to use these modal verbs to talk about deduction in English and how native speakers use them in conversations. Coming up! Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for watching this English grammar lesson. Make sure to subscribe because from Monday to Friday, I always come here to bring you new lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. Deduction. What does deduction mean? Deduction is the process of getting to a conclusion based on the information you have. You don't really know if you are right or wrong, but based on the information you have, you deduce, you make a deduction. In English, you are going to use the modal verbs may, might, must, and can in the negative form, can't, to make deductions, to talk about things that may be true or not, may be possible or not, based on the information you have. That being said, let's look at each one of them so that you understand the difference between these modal verbs of deduction. Let's get started with may and might because they are very similar. We are going to use may and might when you think something is possibly true. You believe something is possibly true. You are not sure, but you think it's possible. You think it's possibly true. Example, I called James, but his phone is off. So his phone is off, not on, off. He might be on the plane now or just boarding. So let's put this into a context. I know Peter is traveling sometime today. So I called Peter. I called him, but his phone is off. His phone is not on. His phone is not working. He might be on the plane or just boarding. That's why his phone is off. So here I am making a deduction. I think this is true. I don't know. I think this is possibly true, but I am not sure. So when I am not sure about something, an action that I'm talking about, then I'm going to use may or might. Oh, but Teacher Prix, what is the difference between may and might? Well, as I said, they are very similar. You are describing something that is possibly true. In some books, some teachers will say that when you use might, you are really not sure. Okay, you have no idea. And when you use may, you are a little bit more certain, but very little, okay? So that's an informal way to explain that when you use might, you really have no idea what you're talking about. And when you use may, you may be a little bit certain, but not much, okay? Remember, you think something is possibly true, but you don't know. You are just making a deduction. I don't know where Susie is, but it's 4 p.m. She may be at work. She may be at work. So here I used may. Because of the time, well, there's a very good chance she may be at work. She may be. They're separate, okay? May and then the verb be. Maybe is different from may be, okay? Maybe I'm talking to my colleagues at work and I'm trying to finish a report and I'm having trouble. So I talk to a friend and I say, hey, what if I call Alex? Maybe Alex can help me. Well, you can try to talk to Alex, but he may not be able to help you either. We are all pretty busy this week. So my colleague looks at me and says, hey, you can call Alex, but he may not be able to help you. He may not help you either. I don't need to use be, it's just a common combination, but I can use other verbs. He may not help you. Why? Well, because we're busy. Everybody's busy. So try, call Alex, but he may not help you either because we're all busy. Now, guys, one disclaimer. Even though I didn't mention the modal verb could. In affirmative sentences, affirmative, not negative, okay? In affirmative sentences, it is possible to use the modal verb could instead of might. I called James, but his phone is off. He could be on the plane right now or just boarding. He might be on the plane. He could be on the plane. That's why his phone is off. So this is one option. And as I said, may and might will both be used when you believe something is possibly true or not. It depends. Affirmative sentence, possibly true. Negative sentence, possibly not true. Possibly not happening. Okay, so as I said, when you use might, you're really not sure. And when you use may, you have a very little idea of what's going on. And guys, if you're learning something new and you want to let me know that I am helping you with this lesson, post in the comments of this video hashtag plus the word value. That way I will understand that you are learning something useful and I am doing a good job helping you better understand how to use modal verbs of deduction. Now let's keep going. Let's talk about can't. I will not use can in the affirmative sentence to talk about deductions, only in the negative form. And why? Well, because in this case, for the purpose of this lesson, I am talking about deductions, modal verbs to describe deductions. And when I use can't, I am talking about something that you believe, you are sure it is impossible. And why do I say you believe? As I said, based on the information you know, you are sure it's impossible. You are sure it's not true, okay? But always remember, it's based on what you know. Maybe you are 100% sure of something, but then 2 days later, you receive new information that changes your mind. So here, whenever you use can't as a modal of deduction, you are describing something that you believe, you are sure is impossible or not true. And I'm going to give you some examples to make that very simple. Check it out. Jack with a new Porsche? No, he can't be that rich. He can't be that rich. So Jack with a new Porsche? No, he can't be that rich. Something's going on. That is not his car. Maybe it's not his car. Maybe it's his friend's car. And then I saw it and I'm like, hey, Jack is driving a Porsche. What? He can't. That's not his car. He can't be that rich. It's impossible for him to be that rich. It's not true that he is rich. Maybe he rented that Porsche. Maybe he's driving a friend's Porsche, but he can't be that rich. Yo, that is our new professor? No. Maybe you look at the new professor and you think, wow, that is the new professor? Well, she can't be the new professor. Why? Because she looks like a 10-year-old. That happens a lot, you know? Don't judge a book by its cover. Open the book first. So maybe here I look at the new professor and she does look very young. So in my mind, that is not true. That is impossible. She can't be the new professor. Why? She looks like a baby. How? How is that even possible? Based on the information you know, okay? It is true, she's a new teacher, but based on what you see, she can't be. It's impossible. As I said, we do not use the verb can in affirmative sentences to describe deduction. You will use it in other situations, but not in this case. To do that, use might. That's a better option. That's the only option you have, and might, and may, okay? Now, if you're enjoying this lesson, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. That way the channel grows and I also get to help more people. Let's move on and focus on must. Must. We use must when you are absolutely certain, sure, something is true. But always keep in mind that you are absolutely sure based on the information you know. Maybe you're wrong, okay? It happens, all right? Maybe you are walking down the street and you see the lights of your neighbor, you know, the lights of the house, and the lights are off. So you can say, wow, the neighbors must be out. The lights are off. It's an interesting conclusion, okay? You are Sure, based on the lights, the neighbors must be out. They could be sleeping, but hey, we're not going to talk about that. So the neighbors must be out. The lights are off. They are always there. Maybe you know the neighbors. Maybe you know that always at that time the lights are on. But on that day the lights were off. So I can conclude, the neighbors must be out. Guys, the main difference is that when I use must instead of may or might in this particular case, I am sure something is true. Disclaimer, I could be wrong, but in my head, in my mind, I'm sure. Okay? So here in this example, it's very clear. I am making a deduction. At the end of the day, you are making a deduction in all these examples. But with must, you are really certain. And maybe you are right. Okay? Maybe you are right. So that's a very important difference between must, may, and might. Okay? Another example. Wow, your friend must be rich. Look, he's driving a Ferrari. I don't know why I'm giving car examples. I think that these cars are so expensive that it helps you understand the deduction. Because if you see someone driving a Ferrari, that person must be rich, or that person must work for someone who is rich, or that person must have a friend who is rich. So you see, these are three possible deductions that I'm making. And I am sure he must be rich. He's driving a Ferrari. He must be rich. Okay, that is a possible explanation. Oh, teacher, but he could be renting a car. That's when I go to more uncertain deduction. So in this case, when I'm using must, I'm really certain. I could be wrong, but I am certain in my core, I know it. I'm absolutely sure something is true. Not very commonly used in the negative form. Focus on affirmative sentences with must. Okay? So that is a very important use of the verb must when I am describing things that I am sure, absolutely sure. There you have it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure to type value in the comments below. That way I will know that I am in the right direction. I'm helping you become a better English speaker that can talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Other than that, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!